Hello, everyone. Welcome to Adventure Mode. I'm Dustin. Alongside me, the most glorious ginger, I think, Brandon Duncan.
That's me.
How are you?
I'm good. I'm here. It's a little bit warmer out today, so that's
true. That's very
it's
true.
making me happy. I'm absorbing happiness through my skin today.
We have our guest on the show today, Mr. Justin W. How are you?
Tired. How are you?
I'm doing all right. Like Brandon said, it's a little warmer out today.
It was.
I like that. Had a very relaxing weekend. I watched all of season 4 of House of Cards.
Admirable.
So, here's the thing is that a show like that, it's just easier for me to just plow through it, do it, get it done with, and then forget about it
I guess.
for the time being.
I don't know.
And now I don't have to worry about spoilers on the internet.
There is always that concern.
Does it get the duddy thumbs up or thumbs down?
Oh, it gets the duddy thumbs up for
Two
sure.
thumbs up.
Definitely better. Yeah, 2.
2 thumbs way up.
I don't know about way up.
Any
Just-
Vita plugging this season?
No Vita plugging. There was so last season had a plug. It had a thing about Monument Valley for iPhone. Do you know the game?
I do.
It was in the show, and now there's a new game that was in the show that I already forgot what it's called. But it's some like game where you're a little circle and you got to swallow other circles, and all the circles are players.
Sounds interesting.
Yeah, it's an iPhone game.
Sounds Freudian.
It's yes, yes. It is. No, it was really good. And here's I just wanted to plow through it because Holly was barely home this weekend doing a bunch of stuff in Pittsburgh with her music. So I was like, while she's not here, I'm just gonna
Wife's not home. Plow while she's away.
exactly.
Maybe not.
So since we have our
He said it, not me.
True. you're
It's
just
all
agreeing.
about context.
You're just rephrasing.
So while we have our guest here, and this is a pre-show thing that we don't normally do, but sometimes we do just because it's fun. Let's do what we're playing right now. Justin, as our guest, take us away, first of all.
Far Cry Primal.
Far Cry Primal, we played that
I
on our
know.
stream.
We did.
I've
play
heard
it.
you complaining about it.
I never complained about it.
Just a tiny
Did I? No, I complained about it a
A
little
little
bit.
bit. A little bit.
What do you think
And
about it so far?
I love it. I don't know.
percentage? What do you think you're through?
Well, I haven't really been playing the story missions. I've
Okay.
mostly been doing all the side stuff, clearing out the bonfires and the outposts and stuff like that, upgrading my weapons to their maximum, so it's easier. So I'm not really that far. I've done like the basic story missions to basically get me access to everything,
Mhm.
and then I just kind of been off doing all the side stuff.
I have a question for you.
Yes.
So when the game launched, everyone was like, wow, this is great and kind of refreshing. And then a couple days later, somebody finally connected the dots that it's the same map as Far Cry 4, only heavily modified. Does that bother you at all?
I don't know if same map how.
I can show you the picture. It has the same water masses. It's built off the same map for sure.
Interesting.
And some people that really upset them. And I'm like, are you really surprised by this? And here's the thing is like, it's a big forested area.
Well, the initial area is a big forested area. There's swamp areas and there's some, like you get north and it's all snowy and crap.
It's
I
always.
don't know.
snowy in
I
the
feel
north.
like maybe, there might be some aspects of it that are kind of redone, but like there are certain things that I still think are that were definitely not in Far Cry 4. Like some of the land masses and stuff, some of the way it's arranged. I don't know.
Okay, so sorry for our audio listeners here. Let's just give you 1 second. Here's the map of Far Cry 4, Justin.
Okay.
And here's the map of Far Cry Primal.
Well, it does seem to be very...
That seems to be, see how all the
Interesting.
water points are the same?
Yeah.
It is heavily modified, though.
It is heavily modified.
I kind of actually like that idea of like, I wonder if there's any. Well, I guess they can't. It wouldn't work that way. I was going to say, I wonder if there's anything from Primal that shows up in Far Cry 4. Obviously impossible unless they were to update
True.
4.
I don't know. It doesn't really bother me.
It doesn't bother me at all either.
It still feels completely different. Like, it doesn't feel like Far Cry 4 at all, so...
Well, yeah, I mean, Far Cry 4, a very snowy region, correct?
Mostly a lot of green.
Part of it.
Some of it was kind of snowy, but mostly pretty green.
No snow in Primal.
If you go north, there is.
Okay, just a little bit.
There
Alright.
is snow up north.
Now my question is have you got guns yet?
There are no guns.
The wizard
I
gives
guess
you
you're not.
guns.
I guess you're not there
The
yet.
shaman gives you guns.
Guess
pretty
you're not
sure.
there yet.
Anything else, Justy?
You're full of it.
Anything else that
No,
you're playing?
I think it's great. The beast taming system is a really cool addition. I think a lot of the hesitancy is because of the no guns. Like, people are so used to Far Cry with guns, and like I think a lot of people are like starting out like this is cool, and then they're kind of like, but I don't have any guns.
Could you say
Yeah.
that you like more of the bestiality better? All right.
When you
Sorry.
say bestiality, could you?
Wait,
I'm sorry.
did you?
Yeah, I did it over.
I thought you seriously didn't realize what you said for a second.
No, but I mean, in a way, could you say that?
It's really different. I don't know if I like it
Well,
better
some
or
people
less,
think
but I
it's
think it's
different.
really different. So
Let's try something different.
Please
Well,
stop.
I mean, whatever.
hurt you. I
you
think
like,
it's really
man.
cool. And I think once you get to the point where you can like upgrade a skill so that you can like ride some of the larger animals,
Oh,
like
I believe
like
you.
a horse,
The mammoth.
basically. Well, you can ride a mammoth, but you can't tame a mammoth. But like, there's a big saber-tooth tiger that you can ride around, and he just destroys everything, and it's pretty awesome.
That sounds pretty cool.
It's really, I don't know. I think it's really cool.
Can you ride
That's-
a bear?
You can ride a bear, yes.
Nice.
That's everything against what science would say about domesticating animals.
Yes.
I
Beast
have no
primal
doubt
age.
about that. Yes,
But that's okay because that's not why we play.
I'm
video games.
pretty sure science also would not agree with how you go about domesticating animals. You throw some meat at them, and then you get real close and put your hand in front of their face and tell them to calm down. And then they're just like, "Arr!" And then they're like, okay. And then you
all
pat
right.
them, and everything's good. So
That's what I do. That's
Well, in
how I make
Minecraft,
friends.
if you give two animals food, they suddenly have sex,
oh wow, that's simple, huh?
right?
I mean,
If you give them food, they get the little hearts, and then
Yeah.
they mate.
It's adorable.
Do you know how mating works, Brandon?
I know how bestiality works.
Okay,
Clearly,
Brandon, what have you been playing?
You know, it's actually really funny. Since the last we talked, I really haven't played literally anything at all. I don't think. This was a very busy weekend outside of my video game room, which is different for me. So really nothing. Honestly, it was a double weapon XP weekend, even on Call of Duty, and I didn't even stop in.
There
So,
was?
Yeah.
Oh, double weapon.
double
XP.
weapon XP.
Okay.
Um,
I don't care about weapon.
but,
XP. I mean,
um,
I do care, but I'm not pumped about
Yeah,
it.
man, not a whole lot. Nothing.
Okay, that's all right.
Plain and simple.
I will take us away at the end here. I picked up Fire Emblem Fates.
Mm.
Not Fates. Maybe no wait, it is Fire Emblem Fates. Yeah. Fire Emblem Fates Birthright. I almost said
Do,
Awakening.
do
That
you
was
know
the
what
game.
the game is called? I'm just curious.
Fire Emblem Fates Birthright. There's two games.
Mm,
Okay.
okay.
And I was getting the old game mixing Awakening in my brain as well. Fire Emblem Fates Birthright. There's also Conquest, and soon there will be Revelation or Revelations. I'm not quite sure.
Mm.
Anyway, very neat anime style RPG, turn-based RPG. Kind of reminds me of XCOM in some
RPG?
ways. Yes.
Well,
RPG?
it's very tactical though.
Very
Strategic, yeah.
tactical.
Okay, yeah. Okay. I played a Fire Emblem game on GameCube.
grid-based combat.
Yeah. Okay.
I like it so far. It's funny because probably like 2 or 3 years ago, I would have been like, no, I don't really like turn-based games. And this year has completely changed that for me. Like, well, it's starting with, I think XCOM was the first real big turn-based game that I was like, this is something special.
Is
Well,
it?
Civ, probably Civ actually
Yeah,
was the
yeah,
first
yeah.
one that I was really down with. And then which Civ is more like a board game than when I think like turn-based combat / RPG games. And I mean, I liked Pokemon and stuff, like basic RPGs, but Fire Emblem is really, really cool. I like it so far. So I'm trying to think if I played anything else this weekend. I played a bunch of different stuff. I finished Persona 4 Dancing All Night.
Hmm.
So I have that off of my shoulders. Okay. It's definitely a spinoff and nothing more. But I always enjoy being in that world. I really like the Persona 4 characters, and I highly recommend everyone at this table to someday experience it. Since I'm alone here, Brandon. You left me alone
Someday.
with Persona. You left me alone with Metal Gear. He left me alone with Fallout.
And you would have to say to that, "Hello, darkness, my old friend."
Exactly. Do you want to get into side quests?
Let's fucking do it, man.
Okay. Here we go. Number 1. Microsoft has announced the closure of Lionhead Studios, the creator of the Fable series, as well as the cancellation of the free-to-play title, Fable Legends, the long in development PC and Xbox One title. So, Brandon, I know you and I watched the press conferences together. Do you remember seeing Fable Legends at these conferences?
I remember seeing a lot of Fable stuff. I don't know that I remember seeing this, though.
So this is the one where, like, I'm trying to remember the trailer because it was so forgettable.
Yeah, well, exactly. Like
It was like there was like an overlord guy that controlled the map, and the heroes would go and try and get to the end of the
do
map,
something,
kill people. Anyway, this game has been in development, I feel like, forever. I feel like it's been like since the Xbox One came out. What's funny is this game just went into beta, which means it's pretty much done. If it's in beta, that means, it's very playable.
Yeah.
There's people, that are not in the industry playing it. So I'm really curious on what really was the deal behind this. I mean, obviously, Fable 1, huge hit success on the Xbox. Did you ever play Fable?
I've never played Fable, but I hear you guys talk about it all
so
the time.
Many good memories of Fable. So, like, it's funny because the concept, the concept was really cool. It didn't really quite play out. The thing they always advertise is, like, you start as a kid, and the things you do as a kid, you grow up, and you play throughout this whole character's life. Well, you really only play as a kid for, like, the first hour and a half as you grow up. But it was neat. For me as a kid, it was cool. Like, they had all these different, like, you could tell jokes to people and they would start to like you. Or literally something you could do in this game was try and fart and make people laugh. And they liked it. It was a way you could tell a joke.
I was going to say, and this is the game that you could just bang a bunch of people and have
You
a
could.
bunch of babies.
I remember being at a sleepover with a friend and we were playing this game. And, like, we made a save point that we, could come back to because we were just screwing around. And the goal was to have a wife in every single town in the game, which you could totally do. And for the most part, you would be totally fine because the wives would never leave the town unless you could take your wife on an adventure with you and you could take your wife to another town. And if she sees the other wife, then...
Well, as long as you don't do that, it's pretty foolproof.
Also, what's interesting about this game in 2006, both you can marry male or female. So it was progressive at the time because still, I think the last Fire Emblem game, they didn't allow that, or in Tomodachi Life. So we still have things like that in games now. But
Interesting.
So it was very progressive at the time.
Nice.
And just a neat game series overall. Fable 2, didn't really play. Heard it wasn't as good. Fable 3, hot trash.
Was Fable your first video game bang?
What's interesting is that...
You know what I mean?
The thing about... it probably was. Fable 1... Okay, my grandma... for my birthday, reserved me Pikmin 2. But what she didn't know is that I didn't own a GameCube.
Oh, no.
So when I went to this, I was like, Dad, I really want to get this game. It's called Fable. And he's like, it's mature rated. It says it has sexuality.
Oh.
And then my dad ended up, like, doing some research or talking to somebody. And, like, when you engage in sexuality, it just kind of goes black. And it's like, oh. Seriously, it's not like porn sounds. It's just like comical, like
anime sounds.
Yeah. So it was, it might have been my first video game bang. Now I think about it.
My first video game bang was is far more interactive. Is the God of War banging where you have to button mash to quicken.
I know exactly what you're talking about,
dude. It's so epic.
Yikes.
What was your first video game bang, Justin?
This is a topic.
Gee, I don't even know.
First video game bang.
I'm not sure.
Tweet at us.
I have no idea.
Well,
I mean,
it's very important.
There might have been some implied banging in some of the Final Fantasy games, but
that's true. I was gonna say, like,
no, but like you were the direct, like,
the only thing
you made it happen.
You made the bang happen.
Mass Effect 3, probably.
That's fair.
I think. As far as
I was gonna say, I had Pokemon Mate. They stayed in the daycare.
Yeah.
They stayed in the daycare together.
Yeah,
and
but you
suddenly
leave
an
a
egg.
bee and then you come back and they have eggs.
That's true.
You're not causing that bang to happen.
The daycare keeper who you trusted with your Pokemon let them
pedophile.
bang.
He's looking the other way while they're getting freaky.
I would like to see their papers.
You could. The best part about that is like you could mate I think you could mate almost any Pokemon
I'm
with
pretty
another.
sure you could.
Like you could mate a Gyarados
I might
with
have
a
been past
Rattata.
the point when I stopped playing Pokemon, so I don't remember that.
You gotta-
I remember a time when you could like leave two of the same Pokemon together and they would have a baby. But
Oh yeah.
You got to get the Ditto can bang anyone, I think, because they can
Ditto
make
just-
can bang it.
because
It just turns
Jello.
into
because they
anything.
can make anything.
It just
Exactly.
turns into a big Ditto.
Is a Ditto a male or a female Pokemon?
A Ditto is I don't.
It's asexual.
I
They
don't
can
think-
just create a
Yeah,
penis.
hermaphrodite.
Yeah, I was
It can be
gonna
whatever
say
it wants.
I think a Ditto is just
A dildo.
a
It's a
dildo.
dildo. It's
It could be though.
It just turns into a dildo.
It's the possibilities
Purple
are
one.
endless.
A big
it
purple
really
one.
is.
Anything if you're brave enough.
Exactly.
Anyway, back to Fable.
Oh yeah, back to Fable.
So honestly, anytime a studio closes, it sucks. People lose their jobs in the industry. Not good. I'm sure they're all, even though despite making bad games of recent
Even-
memory, I'm sure there's very talented people there. There's still great art styles and stuff like that. And I'm sure very talented programmers. Hope they all land on their feet.
Yeah, I was gonna say scoop them up.
Work for Handsome Phantom.
That's right.
the first
scoop 'em
Handsome
up.
Phantom video game.
Announcing the game studio, Handsome Phantom.
And actually, as they're closing, we'd like to make a special announcement today. We've covered all the bases. Our new company,
We're actually-
our new video game, Bestiality, and First Bangs,
We're buying the rights to Fable 4
coming
from Handsome
2017,
Nobody wants
early
it,
2017,
apparently.
early 2017,
Phantom. Early.
early 2017.
It's
time.
It's coming. Yeah. Justin, I got bad news for you for our second side quest.
Oh jeez.
Bad news, Duddy.
Yep.
Bad news. I don't like bad
Mass Effect Andromeda has been delayed to 2017.
news. Oh
Man.
goodness.
EA's CFO, Blake Jorgensen,
Wow.
stated the game is coming out Q4. And in the context of the interview, we can infer he is referring to business quarters, not the end of this calendar year.
So when is Q4?
Q4 is the
beginning
beginning
next
of
year.
2017. Originally, we thought this game was coming out this holiday, probably, but it
Okay. Well, I'll be
appears.
honest. I didn't know when it was coming out, so it's not too.
I don't
devastating
know.
of a blow for
Technically,
me.
it might not be a delay because I don't think they've ever announced the release
okay.
date. But I think a lot of people were assuming
Yeah.
this year. I think EA has alluded to this year as well, maybe in previous business type
Damn
meetings.
it, EA.
I'm really excited about that game.
I'm pretty excited too. I love Mass Effect 3.
Okay, so I'm going to go on a Duddy rant.
Okay.
Ready?
Ready? I already
Engage.
ranted this to Brandon.
Oh, I know what you're gonna rant about.
Ooh.
So Nintendo, they did a Nintendo Direct, and they said, "Hey, Super Nintendo games are now available on the new 3DS for Virtual Console." I was like, "Okay, cool." And they're like, "These games will only be playable on the new 3DS." So basically, what they're telling me is
Yeah.
my 3DS isn't capable of playing Super Nintendo games.
Wow.
Are you fucking kidding me? I'm sorry,
I don't think they're
Nintendo.
kidding you.
I'm not going to go buy a new 3DS. I'm not. Like, why? This is just so non-consumer friendly to the people who already paid for their fucking device. I've already bought 2 3DSs in my life. I bought the small one, and then the big one came out. I bought that one too. I'm not buying a third one so I can play Earthbound, even though I want to.
I have a question.
That's some
Yes, sir.
bullshit.
Is the new 3DS like new in any other way?
Yes.
Or- Oh, okay.
It-
I'm surprised you don't know about
It
this.
has a
I
little
really
little
don't.
extra
Okay.
stick on it, and it.
So there's some hardware. It has a little extra nubby nipple stick
Oh,
that you can use.
yeah,
It has
yeah.
little Z buttons that you can use. I don't know what they're for.
Zebras.
The 3D screen on it tracks your head with the camera. So with the current 3DS, or not the current, the old one, I guess, you had to be in a very specific viewing. You
Okay.
had to hold it right in
I
front of
remember
your
that
face.
complaint. Yes.
New one, you can
Move a bit.
move around a bit.
Okay.
And the last thing is there are certain games that only work on the new 3DS. I believe there's only one right now, and that is Xenoblade Chronicles 3D. Only plays on the new 3DS. So
But still.
I was gonna say, and how do they market that? Like, it says 3DS on it, but it can only work on the new 3DS.
Nintendo
yeah,
just
does it
needs,
have like a new initial?
No,
after
no,
it? Like,
no.
it's
it does-
called New 3DS.
Wow.
Yeah,
Original.
exactly. So like,
Well, I don't know.
What
Have I
the-
gone over the naming of the DS lifespan
Well,
on this podcast?
Well, I mean, it's awful.
It's ridiculous. Okay, we've got Nintendo DS. Then we got DS XL. I'm not talking 3DS. I'm talking DS. Then we get DSi. Then they move in with the 3DS. Then they go 3DS XL. Then they go new 3DS. And I forgot one, the 2DS. The DS only plays DS games. The DSi plays DS games, but there are DSi games that don't play on DS. The 3DS plays 3DS games, and so does the 3DS XL. The new 3DS plays all 3DS games and DS games.
It does it all.
The 2DX games plays
2DS plays 3DS
3DX,
games,
but in 2D.
and it doesn't play new 3DS games, though.
The last game.
Do you understand what I'm saying here? It's fucking ridiculous.
It's stupid.
It's so
The
dumb.
last Game Boy I owned was a Game Boy Advance. So
Yeah.
that's how out of it I
And-
am on the DS game.
And as not quite as confusing, but the Wii and the Wii U.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
that confuses a lot of people.
yeah, but still, it's like the point of the matter is it's like,
Justin, I guess you didn't work in the electronics at Walmart.
I did not.
Did you? I'm just curious. I wonder if we asked our friend Ian.
I mean, occasionally I worked over there.
I wonder if he had people that tried to buy Wii U games.
Oh no, I dealt with people that tried
and
to buy
people
Wii
that
U
were
games.
like that thought the Wii U was an add-on for the Wii.
yeah, a lot of
people
did.
do.
A lot of them.
Oh, look at the new screen for my Wii.
Yeah.
Can I just buy that?
Yeah.
No, you fucking
So you
can't.
heard that?
Oh, I had people asking me. They're like, "Can I use this on the Wii?" And I was like, "I don't think so, but I don't really know." Like, I had to find out because
Yeah.
I had nothing to do with the Wii at that point in time. So
Get your
because
shit together.
it seems, yeah, to a lot of people, it seems like it's basically the same thing.
It
Plus, you have the
pretty
handheld
much
thing,
is.
Well,
which, yeah,
Get
I
your
mean,
shit together.
It looks like we'll be getting a new Nintendo console this
Hopefully.
year.
Let's-
This year.
oh. The
NX.
The NX.
the Wii,
No.
like maybe just add some eyes to it.
I think
instead
they're
of
gonna-
you.
They're just gonna
Wipe
Good,
their
wipe
hands
their
on
hands
the
on
Wii.
Wii.
That's what they
Well, that's
need
probably what they
to
should
do.
have done.
Especially after the flop of the Wii U, just kind of like swerve away from that name.
So we're thinking like not motion control stuff. Or
Nobody
stuff?
really knows.
No one
man.
really
No one
knows.
knows.
There's been
That's
some,
Seriously.
there's been some patent stuff. It looks like the console is going to be a handheld console hybrid.
Hmm.
There's potentially that there's going to be a piece that you take with you that then you take home and you plug in.
Yeah. So
Who knows?
it's strange. I wonder if NX is obviously like its code name.
Oh yeah, it's definitely the code name.
So
They've said that from the get-go that it's NX code name.
watch is gonna be some.
It's we
Wii.
the
The Wii X. Wii XL.
yeah.
Wii XLI. The 3DS Wii XLIU.
Wii U XLI 3D
I wouldn't even
Don't
be
even joke-
surprised.
don't
though.
even joke
Would-
about
would
it.
we be
With-
surprised
with
if that was the
gamepad.
name?
With
With gamepad, and it can play Super Nintendo games.
but only this model.
Only this new one.
So the games are coming out. If you have a new 3DS, you can already get Pilot Wings, Super Mario World, and F-Zero. On March 24th, you will be able to get Super Mario Kart, Earthbound, and Donkey Kong Country.
Wow.
And then April 14th, you'll be able to get Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past, Super Metroid, and Donkey Kong Country 2, Diddy Kong's Quest.
Diddy Kong's Quest. I played that
Donkey Kong.
on Super Nintendo.
Yeah. Dude, playing Earthbound mobile would just be
Something else.
something else. It would just be so nice.
It would be awesome.
Brandon, you love Earthbound.
It's my favorite game ever.
Yeah. Okay,
Clearly.
let's move along here. EA has detailed the first DLC for Star Wars Battlefront.
Mm.
This comes directly from their website, the quotes about the different things going on. Blast enemies in the smelting factory or alongside industrial pipes and the platforms of Sullust, or fight through Jabba's throne room and sail barge garage on Tatooine.
Sounds kinky.
Sounds very kinky. So we're going to get Sullust and
Jabba's Palace.
Jabba's palace.
Greedo.
I'm not there yet, you bitch. Let me get there. You cut me off.
You male bitch.
You male
I
bitch.
barely know the guy's name. Come on, give me some credit. You're supposed to be happy for me.
Brandon, there's only
Wow.
one Star Wars character you know.
That's Yoder.
That's Yoder.
No.
Okay.
I thought you were going to say Jar Jar.
I'll skip to that part just for you.
Okay.
All right. Thank you.
New playable hero characters will have you shooting first with Greedo. Do you know why? Do you
Yeah,
understand that?
and
No,
it's
you
a
don't.
joke. Thanks. No, because
You don't
Han
even-
shot first, and then George Lucas fucked it up or something, right?
That's
Very
exactly
good.
right. Good job.
Yeah. Thank you.
10
Don't be so
points to
mad at me.
Gryffindor.
Or targeting foes with precision as Neen Nub. Is that his name?
Who?
The guy that has the fucked up weird face.
See,
Wait,
you
which
just ruined what I
one?
was going to say. He's the one that people always say that like George Lucas was being kind of racist with.
Which game? Or which movies, I mean?
He's-
Prequel or original?
He has like a strange vagina face or something like that.
Hold on.
No, he
I'm
has,
getting it
he's
up
like,
for
he's
us.
like little flappies right here. Look.
Oh, yeah.
strange
oh,
vagina
they think
face.
he looks... I don't want to say because then I'll seem racist.
No, exactly. Don't.
Yeah, we can't talk about vagina faces.
But yeah, some people have. Let me
He
search.
looks like a vagina
Okay, I wanna-
face. This is racist against vaginas.
I agree.
I concur.
The vagina race.
He does look like a vagina.
Yeah. So you'll be able to play as him because that's what everyone's been
I
clamoring
mean-
for.
Greedo
Dude,
and
I would love to play as
Ninu, vagina guy. It's all I've been thinking about every day.
So if you're looking forward to that, that's going to be great. I've got there's one
Is it?
little. Arm yourself with the new Rebel V10 rifle or the DT12 blaster pistol and collect and equip the scatter gun, a Dioxis grenade, and adrenaline stim star cards. Whatever the fuck that means.
Great. I know
Who
exactly
knows?
what blaster that is. That's my favorite blaster from the movie.
It is, mine too. There's also a new playable game type. Rebel forces have entered some of the most dangerous places in the Outer Rim in order to extract a valuable shipment of resources. Now they must bring the shipment to their transport ship before time runs out. The Empire has arrived to stop them from reaching the extraction point.
Whoa.
Whoa. Sounds interesting. But I'm probably not going to buy it.
No.
It's probably going to be $15 to $20. And you get the 2 characters, 2 maps, and some game type no one cares about. Weapons no one's
I
ever
just
heard
want
of.
to see Greedo.
I'm sure he's going to be
Watch him
fine.
on YouTube.
I know.
Let's be honest. The heroes in that game that use guns are way more boring than the lightsaber ones.
That's the truth.
We want Obi-Wan now.
Mm.
Meow.
I got one more for Brandon
Mm.
for a game that he's really excited about.
Oh, it's going to be anime, I can tell.
So in Japan,
Yes, it's perfect.
Shin Megami Tensei
Is it Shimu?
Fire Emblem crossover game, originally called I'm gonna butcher this. Gene Ibun Roku Fire Emblem is now called in the United States Tokyo Mirage Sessions Fire Emblem,
A lot
In the West.
easier to
What
say.
a title.
which is sounds terrible.
It really does.
They should have just called it Shin Megami Tensei X Fire Emblem because that's what the working title was, I believe, for a while, and that's coming out in June. They are not doing English voices; they're just going to do the Japanese voices with subtitles. And I thought, Brandon, you would like the description of the game. It's just right down your alley. Slay monsters and slay like a pop star. All at the same time
My God.
in this brand new RPG from acclaimed developer Atlas. A sinister force from another dimension has invaded modern day Tokyo, resulting in a fantastical barrage of style, fashion, music, and of course, danger.
What the fuck?
So play to your strengths in high energy turn based battles, then fuse items to craft powerful weapons and crush your foes. Around every corner, you'll find fan service, including Fire Emblem references, original songs by Japanese entertainment giant Avex, dungeons themed after the entertainment industry, and eye-catching music performances.
Wow. This game has it
You've
all.
seen parts of this game, right?
Them steroids is kicking up.
This is a game I really want to play, but how do I say this? There's a lot of boobies in it,
Oh.
and they're flaunted.
Oh.
And I feel like it's just gonna make me feel like
Awkward.
slimy. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Justin, can you speak to
No.
what I'm experiencing?
You're going to feel slimy.
I just feel like
Wait,
I-
why? Are you
I
gonna
can
feel
relate to slimy, but I
because
can't
I
relate
feel like
to...
there's dudes that are gonna buy this game. They're
Because
like,
they want to see those boobs.
they want them.
But that's not why
bitties.
you're buying it, right?
No,
You hesitate a little too long there, but okay.
no, it's not the reason. I mean,
I mean, it's nice that they're there, but
here's
we're
the thing,
getting
I'm
we're
not
getting
like
to the reality.
okay, video game boobs or video game. Well, I was gonna here's what hold on, wait. I was gonna say
He's
I was gonna
backpedaling.
say video game characters cannot be attractive, but then I thought of Miranda from Mass Effect 2.
Oh, see.
And I was like,
I was thinking about boobs again.
Sorry. It wasn't her boobs or her personality, okay?
I'm glad that you say that.
Okay.
I'd like to believe it.
I'm not, but like Brandon and I have actually discussions like The Witcher, sex scenes in The Witcher is just like that was kind of weird.
They tried.
There's nothing about it that's
They tried.
They did try.
arousing. It might be arousing to a 12-year-old playing,
They tried.
Well,
but
Sorry.
but
not to
then
Duddy.
everything's arousing to a 12-year-old.
That's
so.
true. Anyway,
That's okay.
a lot of
That's
people are
fair.
going to play this. It's like I feel like it's almost not quite like the Dead or Alive beach volleyball game. Someone's like, I just really like the gameplay.
Yeah, sure.
It's like
you
going
do,
to Hooters
bro.
because you really like
the food. Yeah,
But I don't think this is quite like that. I mean,
Nobody believes you, but we all just kind of nod like
Yeah,
that.
exactly.
Right. Whatever way it makes you feel better, buddy.
Though, Fire Emblem, great. Fire Emblem and Shin Megami Tensei, both revered RPG games. So, I don't know. We'll have to wait and see when it comes out. I'm not going to instantly day one buy, but I'm very interested as a Persona fan.
So I was thinking, have you ever played Shimu?
Shimu. Shenmue.
Shenmue. Dude, they just released new screenshots of it. It looks really
There's
nice.
some new screenshots. Here's the
It
thing.
looks really pretty.
I can't get excited about Shenmue until I play the old Shenmue games. And the problem is there's no way for me to play them because they're on Xbox and Dreamcast.
Yeesh.
Can't you get like a emulator or something?
I could probably get an emulator, I guess, but it just doesn't sound optimal.
Just doesn't.
Do you know anything about Shenmue, Justin?
No.
Exactly.
Is this the one that was
Kickstarted on stage?
crowdfunded?
Yeah.
Yeah, crazy kickstart.
Yeah. So
Are they all?
What,
Are they all a
Shamu?
continuation of
The
each
Japanese
other?
game Shamu.
I'm assuming. I mean, there's
Oh, okay.
Shenmue 1 and 2. I seriously, I don't really
if
know
it was
anything.
like a Final Fantasy situation where they're like all
No,
different.
I don't think so.
Shamu,
Shamu
Free
3.
Willy,
Yeah.
Shamu's Revenge,
I wish.
Mm.
Shamu Returns to SeaWorld.
Blackfish too.
So, Brandon, we can't play Name That Review Score really this week. Well, we can
Name
do half
that
of it.
Review score.
So, Tom Clancy's The Division. Did you ever see that E3 press conference where the guy's like,
Clancy.
Tom Clancy? He says it like that. It's
Is
really
that a new
funny.
pronunciation?
Yeah. Tom Clancy's The Division comes out on Tuesday. When this is out, it'll be Wednesday, so it'll already be out.
Sons of bitches.
The review servers went live on Monday for the game. So obviously that's not enough time to get reviews out. So by next week's episode, we'll be able to see if our scores of 80
The winner
and
of
85.
round
You-
3.
I guessed 80 and you said 85.
I'm nervous.
Justin, do you like this
I
segment?
do enjoy this
I'm
segment.
nervous.
Phil told me he's like, that's a great segment.
It's fun.
It is fun.
I like to listen to what you're going to guess.
We have the problem is like weren't able to play last week and we weren't able. It's like a bad timing for us to
Yeah.
start it. But when it comes to next Christmas, this is gonna get
Ooh,
intense.
it's gonna get
It'd be
heated.
crazy.
So we can guess on one game this week.
Mad Trail.
Hitman.
Ooh.
Now, Brandon, before
we played the baiter.
we did play the baiter.
I saw 5 minutes of the baiter.
It was okay.
Yeah, it's fine. It really is.
I'm gonna rent it. 100% rent it.
So this game's coming out. It's episodic. So actually, they'll only really be reviewing the first episode.
I was gonna say, wouldn't they have to put a review for every? I guess you could.
Every episode, and then
That's
maybe
interesting.
a
A collective once
collective.
it's done. I
yeah,
guess.
I mean, you'd assume some missions have to be better than others.
and doesn't that mean it's only gonna be digital though too?
No, so it'll be digital only at first, and then when all the episodes are out, you'll be able to buy the retail disc, I believe,
That's
Weird.
fucking strange.
if you want
And-
to just play it all at once.
And I knew it was gonna be like that, but I didn't know how practically it was gonna play out. And the more I think about it, I'm just like, yeah, I don't know.
So the way we do this is I write down my score, and Brandon doesn't see it, as we've said. So, and I do not change my score. We don't have
Not to our knowledge.
we don't have somebody being a witness here to
No,
make
no,
sure I don't. But
Well,
you're gonna have to trust
We
me.
do today.
Here I am.
Okay, Justin, you're gonna play.
Name that
Okay.
review score.
You're gonna play in this one as well.
Okay.
Actually, would you like to guess on the division as well? You don't have to, but if you'd like, you can.
Did you play the baiter?
I don't know anything about the division.
Okay,
really, except
don't
for
guess
what
on
you
it.
guys have said. So
Well, I guess.
Okay,
I was gonna say,
you guessed 85. I guessed
and he
80.
guessed 80.
Brandon, What do you think Hitman is going to score at?
This is it's so hard to tell. I don't even know what the last one did. I didn't even get to do research. 75.
Wow, that you really surprised me. You really threw me off there, legitimately. And I'm not gonna, like I said, I don't change my score. But if I would have known that, I would have said something differently. Because I guessed 79. Because I expected that you were gonna put it in the 80s.
Yeah.
So this could be really interesting because here's the thing. I'm guessing low from personal experience because frame rate was it was a weird, not quite, it was 60 sometimes.
The last one didn't do super great either.
I played a little bit of the beta when Justin was here last night. I played a little bit of the beta. I felt like it felt kind of clunky.
It seemed really clunky.
It felt pretty much the same as the PS3 one.
Okay. Yeah. Something about it,
We'll see.
it didn't feel very good to me. So that's why I was like 79,
To be determined.
hoping that we'd get somewhere in the 70s and you were going to guess in the 80s. But now if it gets in the 80s,
Think again.
I win.
You win.
Brandon, I actually may have picked the better number here now that I think about it.
Fuck you.
Because I really don't think it's going to get lower than a 77.
I was thinking 75 in my mind too. So
Don't talk to me.
Oh, wait, Justin, you have to guess too.
I was gonna say 75. I don't know.
Well-
70. I'm shooting low. 70.
He's lowballing it.
We let the guests
Let
know our
me.
scores.
You know what? I saw 5 minutes of it and it looked like garbage. That's all I'm saying.
70.
Whoa. Fighting words.
Garbage.
He doesn't like bald people.
Steaming trash.
So, okay. Me at 79,
Steaming
Brandon
trash.
75, Justin 70.
70.
We'll check in next week. Brandon, you are still in the lead with 2 points, and Duddy at 0.
This guy.
So that takes us to the end of our side quests and segments. But
Wow.
Justin, you had a topic of discussion that I really found interesting.
I did.
Hit us with it.
Well, I guess the overall question is how far is too far and what video games make you do on a moral level?
Now, before we go, if you either want to share yourself or give an example.
Okay, well, the reason I was thinking about this is because I was looking at the Far Cry Primal trophies the other day because I was planning to platinum the game. And as we said, you have the beast taming mechanic, and there is a trophy for killing a tamed beast and skinning it. And I thought, that is really messed up. And the trophy's called like Tears of Shame or something really dramatic like that. And I thought, how terrible to make you kill your trusted, loyal companion who kills bad guys for you and helps you in every aspect of life, and then skin it after that and use its hide.
Yeah.
Plus, I was thinking of when I platinumed Assassin's Creed Syndicate, there was a trophy for shooting horses to stop carriages.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I also thought that was really messed up. Like, I don't know. I don't have any problem shooting, some smarmy Templars in the head, but I don't want to shoot a horse. That horse didn't do anything. And then as I thought about this, which, you brought up too earlier, is the Call of Duty airport scene, the infamous one. So
No Russian.
No Russian. Modern Warfare 2.
Brandon, go ahead and start us off with that because I think that's what you were gonna kind of
Yeah. And that was the first time in a video game that I was like, wow, this is interesting. And I think after that, it caused a lot of controversy, and I think things have changed. Now, a lot of the times in like things like that, they're like, especially in Call of Duty, I've noticed it. Even on this latest one, they have like are you disturbed by graphic images?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like they have that now. And it's just interesting because I know another one that was really controversial was the Trevor torture scenes in Grand Theft Auto 5 that you had to participate in. And there's a difference between having something in a video game that is there for whatever reason, whatever you want to get out of it, and it being there that you have to do it to achieve something else. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I don't know.
the thing
Interesting.
I'm thinking with what you're saying kind of is, like most people don't want to watch a dog die in a movie, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And then there's a video game that's gonna not necessarily make you, like, I don't have to get the trophy, but like if I want to get the platinum, like I have to kill.
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
it's different because it's like watching it is uncomfortable for a lot of people, but now you're making me do it.
Yeah,
Mm.
and I know that I'm pretty sure didn't Modern Warfare 2 have dogs or was that later? I think that was Modern Warfare 2.
No, Modern Warfare 2 did not have dogs. The first one to have dogs
Black
was
Ops 3.
World at War.
Oh, I remember because when they jump on top of you, I think when you hit melee, you like stab them in the face or something, or like the side of the head, or just something.
Yeah, but that dog was attacking you, so it.
Yeah, I don't know. No, and you could be the devil's advocate with this and say, well, you're okay with shooting someone that may or may not be innocent. The depiction of a person, and inherently you're putting more worth in an animal which may or may not be innocent. like I don't know. It's just like, but I can see where you're coming from both sides. But I guess it's that the point is that you have to do it to achieve something, and that's what makes it a little bit weird.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I have some thoughts.
Okay.
So, I think a part of it has to do with how you view yourself as the player and how you are as that character in the game. For me, I know, like, some people when they play a game, they're like, "This is me. I'm doing these things how I would do them."
Mm-hmm.
For the most part, when I play a game, I'm almost role playing. Like, I'm pretending to be that character in my brain,
Especially in a first person situation.
So there's a part towards the end of Dishonored where you don't have to kill somebody at all, but you can. And at that point, Corvo has been betrayed and all this stuff. And I'm like, yeah, Corvo would freaking kill him right now. And I did. And I'm like, that's what Corvo would have done because of what he's been through. So when it comes to, as far as like, it doesn't make me feel like I'm doing something wrong. It's part of the story of the interactive medium that video games are. When it comes to doing things like, how do I say this? I'm thinking of specifically what's popping in my mind right now is like playing BioShock 1, and you have the choice to let the little sisters live or you can kill them. And I have done both in the game. I've done a run through where I've let them live, and I've done one where I've killed them all. And for some reason that, like, I don't know, it doesn't make me, like, not that, like, I don't feel bad about killing these kids, but I'm like, this is another side of this story that I can observe. Now, I'm not saying that I'm going to do anything in a video game. If a video game gives me an option to, like, rape somebody, I'm not going to do it. Like, there are obviously limits of
That's too far.
what I'm going to engage in.
I hope that has never happened in video games.
And I hope I never encounter that.
Yeah. So, like, I'm not going to, and I'm not saying, like, it's interesting when you get into this interactive part of it, because I've played video games that have had rape in it, and that's been okay, because it was a part of the story, an important part. But being on an interactive level changes everything.
Yeah, and something that's super interesting now that we're running into with things like VR is I just remember someone made a port or like adaptation type thing for VR for Grand Theft Auto, and they were saying how truly disturbing that for some reason when you're controlling a floating gun, it's really disturbing and more real when someone's running away from you and you're like with your hand you're holding it up and pointing a gun at them as they're running away, as opposed to using like thumbsticks. And that also brings me back to when we were talking to Benjamin Rivers on DevTales. He remembers he was saying how he remembers the first time he played a game and the first time he killed somebody on a video game, and it was traumatizing to him as a kid. And I think about that as me, and I guess the way media has changed is different, but it's funny how some things are just like, I will go through a round of Call of Duty and get an average of 28 kills. And that means nothing to me but a number. But what's being depicted is me killing 28 people.
Yeah.
But that doesn't, but it's funny how, there's a disconnect with some things. And,
Here's the thing, though.
It probably has to do with the emotion in it. You know what I mean? Because there's no,
Well, yeah.
there's no emotion in running around a Call of Duty map. You know what I
Really
mean?
isn't.
I think some people there's been the argument that like video games desensitize you and media desensitizes you to things like this. I will argue 100% that is not true, because random example that I don't want to get too into, because I've never seen anyone like get shot in the head in front of me or anything like that. But like when I was on a trip in Pittsburgh, and a guy ran up to us who got stabbed in the head. He was bleeding everywhere. We had to call the ambulance and all this stuff. That was a very real and very scary thing that happened. I have stabbed people in the head in video games plenty of times. And it's that when that guy ran up to me, I wasn't like, oh, just another guy stabbed in the head.
Yeah.
It was the reality was completely different than a game.
Yeah.
And that's I was thinking something like, you know, Grand Theft Auto. I find it fun to just shoot random pedestrians. I think it's fun. The police come after you, you run around, you try and run over people. It's fun.
That's half the point of Grand
Yeah,
Theft
but
Auto,
like
honestly.
on that same vein, like what about seeing something in VR makes it so much more disturbing than, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like
Well, it's perspective.
Yeah.
subversive, yeah.
Exactly. So like what if you would have saw a man that got stabbed in the head in VR? You would have obviously had a very different emotional, you know what I mean? It just brings up an interesting point, and somewhere where we're going, because we talk about VR like every week, is it's going to be interesting to see how game developers deal with this sort of moral dilemma you face sometimes, and how it could be so much more real when you're in that sort of
Now,
environment.
Brandon, you and I have both shot people in VR.
I have.
How did that make you feel?
You know what? I don't know that I have had an incredibly personal experience with VR yet, because when I first tried it, it was more of a, whoa, I'm so amazed with this technology. So I don't know that.
You know, the one thing I can say is that for me, it didn't feel like I had a gravity of shooting somebody, but I felt the gravity of somebody shooting at me. And I don't know if it was my specific demo, the demo I played for the London heist. I was in a very dark room and I was hiding behind a desk. And when I was standing, I was getting shot at. So I literally had to duck down and hide. And it gave me this adrenaline I've never felt. And I don't want to say fear, because I wasn't scared playing the demo, but it definitely had an edge to it that I had not experienced.
Yeah, and that's actually super interesting, because mine, although it was London Heist, was very different. I was sitting in a car, and the closest I got to like being shot at or shooting at someone was a bike that was driving by. You could tell that it was a person, obviously, because it was in like, but it wasn't. I'm sure it wasn't quite as personal as like.
Mm-hmm.
Like, obviously, you could sort of see a person's face when you're looking at them. Mine was very detached from that. Like, mine were people in a car, or like someone driving by on a bike with a helmet on.
Mm-hmm.
Like, not. Do you understand what I'm trying to say, though?
Yeah.
It was, but I also played the Until Dawn demo, and I was shooting at things that looked like people, which was actually pretty terrifying. On my Move controllers were the guns, and on both of the guns were flashlights. So that was a super interesting experience. On the rails, Until Dawn, it's actually sort of like a roller coaster type thing, because it's an on the tracks type thing. I'm getting kind of off topic.
That's all right.
But it was super cool feeling the like roller coaster effect, because it actually did, like you're sitting still, but
yeah,
that just pushes it home how real this sort of VR thing can feel sometimes.
I'm interested overall to kind of wrap up that segment of it, like you said, developers, like how far is going to be too far, because something that's okay in a normal game may or may not be okay
in VR.
In VR.
Exactly. And that's going to be such a crazy line to cross, because like you know that it's going to happen. Like there's going to be some crazy ass Mortal Kombat game where you get to like rip somebody's spine out with your own Move controller. Or, you know what I mean? Like with your own hands, and you're going to go to bed and cry. And that's going to happen, and it's going to be banned somewhere, like in Australia where everything's banned.
Yeah.
You have to wonder, like when video games first came out, I'm sure that there was a big outcry. They're like, they're killing people. My son is pressing the button and killing people. There's still people, but a lot less. Like, so yeah, maybe when VR comes out, there's going to be this big outcry. Like, it's like you're actually shooting people, right? And 20 years from now, who cares?
And I'm still going to say the same thing. If your kid can't separate the difference between a video game and reality, they shouldn't be playing any video games.
Your kid has more issues.
Yeah, they have more issues
developmentally than
like that's something else entirely.
I'm trying to think now what is the worst thing I've done in a video game now.
Oh my. I've done some really fucked up
I can tell you the thing that may have made me feel the worst. I accidentally kicked D-Dog in Metal Gear Solid 5.
What about,
no, he didn't die.
What about Companion Cube? I mean, come on.
R.I.P.
How bad did you feel about that one?
No, the thing about D-Dog was I didn't mean to kick him. I was near him and I pressed a button and it made me kick him and he was like, "Arr!" And I was like,
That's what I'm
and then it
saying,
said like D-Dog, like I like lost a little bit of relationship points with him and I was like, no, D-Dog, I'm so sorry. I just pressed the pet button over and over.
You had to take him bowling like Grand Theft Auto 4.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
but it's in Grand Theft Auto 4. He's like, cousin.
Take me bowling.
Take me to play darts. Nico Bellic. We on the limo service. It's okay, Kiki.
I feel like he always...
his girlfriend. It's okay, Kiki. Let's make some coffee, Kiki.
I feel like that game he always wanted to. He always called
every 5 minutes.
Dude, he wants to fucking play darts. He wants to play darts.
Darts and.
Can a man
darts and go to the strip club.
What's wrong with a man just want to play some darts?
Yeah,
go to the strip club.
Go to the strip club.
Nothing like playing darts at the strip club.
Nothing like playing bowling at the strip club.
I go for the free coffee. No. As a side note, real quick, while we're on the topic of strip clubs, since we've already talked about a bunch of things.
Go for it.
Okay, so I'm listening to the radio, and there's like all of these like, oh, XXX porn star, this, that, and the other is going to be here.
What kind of radio are you listening to?
If you listen, I'm telling you, if you listen to 105.9, a Pittsburgh radio station, Blush is always advertised on there, which is a big strip club in Pittsburgh. And they're like, this star is going to be here this weekend exclusively. And then they like say their slogan. And then they're like, if the girls aren't enough to get you here. And I'm like, well, if the girls aren't enough to get you there, then you should probably just go to a regular bar. That's what I'm thinking. And then they're like, because we got all these flat screens and you'll never miss the game. And you're like, I just go to the strip club to watch the game. Said no one. I pay a cover charge to watch the game.
Yeah, honey, I went to a bar to watch the game.
Yeah, and it's like, I just like, if the girls aren't enough. And then I want to be like, well, then you probably shouldn't go.
Yeah. I don't understand strip clubs.
Well,
I don't know how anyone could feel comfortable being inside one.
Well, sometimes you got to watch the game.
With boobies.
Sometimes you want the free coffee. I mean, I'll take
you
free
could
coffee
smoke
anywhere.
inside. Usually, some people like that. It's the only place I can smoke inside.
I was in a strip club in Grand Theft Auto. Something
was
I
I.
would never do in
real life. See,
I shot some
video
strippers,
games, man. They make you experience all kinds of real things.
I wonder if the strip club in GTA is anything like real life.
That's a great question, and you would have to ask someone who's been to a strip club, which is not me.
Or me, so.
I'm sure we know someone.
Tweeted us. Are strip clubs anything like strip clubs in GTA?
We need to know.
We're interested, but we don't really care that much.
We don't want to go.
Yeah, we just want to know.
We want someone else to do the research.
Yeah. Is there any other areas of this conversation we're missing out on?
So I think
bestiality.
we've really gone all over everything.
We've gone to all the bases.
Oh,
I just want to say, video games in general, stop making me kill animals. I don't like it.
Don't do it.
But kill as many people as we want.
Yeah, people is whatever,
okay.
but like no animals, okay?
While we're on talking about just whatever we want, Brandon and I had a discussion. I want to see Justin's input.
Oh, good.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, jeez.
So Brandon and I had a conversation that devolved to one basic statement about ourselves. Brandon and I agreed that we like to just smell our bodies. Like if you you just like see if your armpit smells. And you're just like, okay. Brandon, can you try and explain what I'm saying here?
Okay, so
I'm asking if you relate to this.
For me personally, okay, guys are sometimes very stinky people. Okay, of
course.
And throughout my life have had this issue where I, for some reason, have a fear of that, of being cleanly and smelling a certain way. Me personally, I'm just telling my personal story, and so as a result, I find myself smelling parts of my body.
You're afraid of being clean.
No,
You're
Brandon,
afraid of being
we
dirty.
gotta be on but you enjoy it.
Sure.
No, yes.
Yes.
I do too. It's just a thing I think that guys like to smell themselves.
No, I don't want to smell myself.
You don't wanna smell yourself?
Okay, I'm gonna be
No.
frank. Do you itch your balls and smell them?
No.
You're a
Absolutely
fucking liar.
not.
You're a fucking liar.
You've never been like sitting there watching TV. You like, you go down there, visit the pool table for a second for a little itch, and then you put your
Never
hands
in
out
my
and you're just
life.
like,
No.
You've never done that.
You're a fucking liar.
No, I'm not.
You're a fucking liar.
You guys are weird.
There are two
I'm
people.
concerned about you two.
There are two people in this world: people who itch their balls / vaginas and smell them.
I'm not okay. No. But
and
here's
people
the thing.
who lie about it.
You're not like
Those are the only two options.
you're not like rubbing around all there, getting all seasoned up, and then like,
no,
and then like
no at all.
yeah.
Wow.
It's not like that.
This thing is.
I'm sorry.
This is important. We need to talk about this.
No, the answer's still no. Never in my life.
Do you eat the booty like groceries?
No,
This is an
I don't know what that
This is an
means.
interrogation.
Until you can define that, then no. I mean, the
You
answer's
gotta-
still going to be no.
Okay,
But
groceries, you eat them. Booty, you eat them.
please
This
stop
has been
forever.
another episode of Adventure Mode with Dustin and Brandon
And Justin.
and Justin. This is a podcast from Handsome Phantom. You can go to our website, handsomefam.com. We have another podcast called Dev Tales. We have one episode out with our friend Benjamin Rivers. It's very good. Justin listened to it.
As
Gives
a
his
listener,
endorsement.
I enjoyed it a lot.
It's very, very fun to do.
Give me more.
Follow us on Twitter. Just search Handsome Phantom. Follow me personally at Dustin Can't Fly.
And me at _glorious ginger. That is me.
Don't follow Justin.
Don't follow me.
He posts mean stuff.
About everyone. These two tonight.
We have a YouTube channel. Make sure you go there. If you're watching this on YouTube, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Also, subscribe on iTunes.
Leave us a comment.
Leave us a comment. We love comments, and no one comments because no one cares.
We need some feedback.
Yeah.
We would love some feedback from you, good or bad.
This Saturday, we do a stream. Every Saturday, we do a stream at 11:30 a.m. EST. The broke ass stream because something usually goes wrong. It's been good.
And we accept it.
We accept it. We streamed Hitman beta, the Uncharted beta last week. Tons of fun. Brandon and I, if you want the real deal, if smelling your balls isn't enough for you, check out the broke ass stream on Saturday morning. Twitch.tv/handsome_phantom. Am I missing anything?
I don't think so.
That sounds about right.
Handsomephantom.com.
Handsomephantom.com. Go there. It's all there.
Everything's there.
So until next week, we'll see you guys later.